Have you ever looked at someone successful and thought, what's their secret? Most of us have. It's a natural reaction. But let's get real, no one's just going to hand you their blueprint. And even if they do, it's almost never the full story. Here's the truth. Stop asking. Just start observing. Don't just consume what they create. Analyze it. The so-called secret is already in front of you. You just need to pay attention. Let me give you an example. During the lockdown, I got into watching food vloggers on YouTube. There was one creator that stood out not because of what they cooked, but how they structured their videos. Every dish was broken into clear, simple steps, but in between those steps, they'd throw in a funny story, a joke, a personal anecdote. It wasn't just a recipe, it was an experience. And I realized it was a formula. Step, story, step, laugh, step, insight. Watch 10 videos, and you'll see the same rhythm. That was the real secret. I didn't need to message them. I just had to watch with intent. Then I started noticing this everywhere. Stores, websites, customer service. Everything from how a store arranges its shelves to how staff greet you, to what you see first when you land on a homepage. It's all intentional. It's designed. It's the result of internal strategies, training sessions, and brand philosophy. And you can learn so much just by watching closely. Big companies, they don't just train employees to sell, they train them to represent the brand. Every interaction you have with a well-run business is basically a peek into their playbook. If you're paying attention, you're watching their training in action. And it's the same thing online. Go to a tech company's website. You might think it's all about selling products, but look closer. Maybe only 5% of the content is promotional. The rest, it's tutorials, guides, tips, community building. Content, that's not a coincidence. That's their strategy. Value first, always. People often ask me about my own YouTube channel. It's had millions of views. And they want to know the secret. But honestly, it's all there. Everything I do, how I shoot, edit. Build a thumbnail. Choose a title, it's out in the open. You just have to look at it like a blueprint instead of entertainment. The thing is, most people don't. Most are curious, but not committed. They want the secret, but they don't want to study, and that's where they miss out. Real learning doesn't come from shortcuts, it comes from analysis, from paying attention, from doing the work. I don't chase trends. I don't rely on hype. I focus on delivering value. Sometimes that means 7 million views. Other times, maybe just 7,000. But I keep going because I believe in what I'm creating. I've been doing this for nearly a decade. I'm not the fastest. I'm not the flashiest. But I'm consistent. And I've learned that consistency, paired with a focus on value, is what builds lasting success. So if you really want to learn the secret to someone else's success, here's what I'll leave you with. Don't ask, observe. Don't just consume, analyze. Because one day of watching shows you patterns. 1 month of analysis shows you strategy. And over time, those lessons, they become your own.